2023 has been a very special year for her as she makes her Bollywood debut, and we are here to do some gupshup over coffee and cinnamon rolls. Hi, Alizeh!
Hi.
So, let's go have some coffee. Are you a coffee person?
Yes, my favorite part of the day is having my cup of coffee in the morning when I wake up. That's definitely the best part of my day.
What do you want to order?
I think I'm going to get the cinnamon roll.
Can we have the cinnamon roll, please? Yeah. Okay, so we will go sit and they can come and come. Have you been here before?
I have not actually, but I've been wanting to come. So when they told me that they want to do the interview, I was like, okay, great. I'll get to go as well. So that's nice.
Let's go back, that time when you realized that this is what I want to do, and how did that happen?
It was a very gradual and slow process for me. It wasn't like a eureka moment or like an overnight decision that I wanted to do this. I needed to convince myself a lot if that I wanted to do it because I had the passion and I had an interest in it, but I wanted to see if I can actually do it. So I needed to go through training and proper workshops and all of that before I could convince myself okay, maybe you should try experiment, at least give yourself a chance. So I didn't want people to think कि मैंने ये decision बनाई है क्योंकि मेरी family करती है. I wanted it to be a very independent decision, organic decision. Like even today, even though my family is doing it, I feel very confident that this was my decision. Even till today.
Acting is just a part of your life. There are other things that also has been a part of your life. So can you tell us that side of your life when you're not an actor?
So one, I love photography. I love making videos and direction and all of that. I love writing. I'm generally my outlet in life is being creative. I love spending time in nature. Diving, going diving is my number one priority in life. Everything I do is surrounded around at least going on 2 dive trips in the year.
Wow. Let's go back to that word that everybody is sick and tired of, but I'm going to just spell it out. Nepotism. Okay, but let's talk about this. That, when you were ready to go out there and put yourself out there, I'm sure your family must have told you have to be ready for this.
Yeah, of course.
Were you prepared for it? How did they prepare you for what kind of questions will come to you and how to deal with it?
Yeah, no, they prepared me really well for it. They said, if you approach your career in a disciplined and a sincere way, people will see it. But if you're not sincere and you're taking things for granted, people will also see that. So be very wise about the choices that you're making and the kind of films that you're doing, because you need to, one thing that I really like that my parents told me is that, you have all the resources, all the connections, all the networks. So you don't have an excuse to be anything but the best version of yourself. So remember that, and people will also question you on that what is her excuse for not doing it well. सब कुछ तो था उसके पास, फिर भी नहीं किया उसने. तो that used to keep playing in my head, and I used to always remind myself that I'm really grateful and I'm really lucky to be given this position. And I completely agree. I'm not sick of this word. I completely agree with this. My friends and I, we still have conversations about this, and it's valid, and I completely understand that I am today sitting where I am because of my family's support. I have to accept that. So there's no denying it, and there's nothing wrong with answering the question honestly, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. This nepotism conversation has actually made people take a step back and rethink the decisions that they're making. ऐसे भी कभी होता है कि इतने सालों से कुछ ऐसे चल रहा है तो आपने कभी question नहीं किया, आपने कभी
सोचा ही नहीं.
But that one person saying it and being like, no, this is something we've seen, let's have a conversation about this, has actually encouraged different things, and people are actually making better choices and taking more initiative and giving opportunities to others, because it's not that there's a lack of good actors in this business. There are amazing actors. Prasanna, Sahil, Zain, they are amazing actors to work with. And the one thing that I wanted out of Farrey, apart from obviously the movie doing well, was I hope that they get the platform as well, because I wouldn't have been able to do it without them.
Okay, where is the cinnamon roll? Can somebody just find out? Because bhook lagi hai, bro. She has been shooting all day. So how are the shoots all day?
I think I'm getting used to it now.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting used to it now, yeah. Today I was a bit like, one more day of interviews. But it's okay.
That's why we got her
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So chill.
I came also very happily. I was like, okay, great. This is a great way to do an interview. So I'm happy about this. At least it's something different because they can get a bit monotonous.
Yes, I agree.
You get
Same
asked
place,
the same questions.
Yeah. Since childhood, what has been this experience of looking at stardom? Because you have star at home. How has that been?
You know, I think that's the biggest privilege that you get when you when you're from a film family, because before you've had so many people experience things. Like sometimes feel like, even though it's my first film, I have the experience of of someone who's worked in this business for 50 years, just because of the advice and what my family has given me, the advice that my family has given me, and from whatever I've seen. It's given me a very realistic and understanding of what you should want from your career. It has helped me avoid making mistakes, because you have that experience and you have that feedback from your family. So I think that's the biggest advice and the biggest learning that I've taken from them, just watching them, observing them over the years, and knowing that highs and lows are just how this business works. Thank you.
Yummy, you can eat.
Or should I go for it?
Yes, please go for it.
Smells really good.
Yeah. Smells
amazing.
So good. You were there at the Archies premiere, and these kids who are there at Archies, they're all your friends.
Yes.
To support each other and now being in part of the same industry, how does that feel?
It's amazing, I think it's just such an exciting time. It was such a great film, such a well-performed film, such a well-cast film. Zoya Akhtar is amazing. Everything that she's done is amazing. I think everyone knew it was going to be amazing before it came out also. So it's been so good, and I'm so happy for them. I'm so proud of what work they've done. It's really tough what they did, especially some of the songs. I mean, Suhana is just, she's something else, I couldn't take my eyes off her when she was dancing. So I mean, congrats to them. It's a great time to be a young person, young actor in this business right now.
What kind of films in the future would you want to be a part of, or what filmmakers do you want to work with?
I just want to show range as an actor in the initial part of my career. Kind of build a good portfolio of work. It doesn't really matter who is making the film, or kind of who's the production behind it. It's more what my contribution to the film is, and what am I doing in that film? Is it a strong role? Even if it's a 5-minute role or it's a protagonist role, it doesn't matter. The contribution has to be strong and the character has to be important.
What is your favorite Salman Khan film which you would love, like there are times you want to go back and watch the old films?
Okay.
Like Hum Aapke Hai Kaun is mine.
Yeah.
What are your favorite Mamu films?
I really like Sultan a lot.
Yes.
I think that shows and Bajrangi Bhaijaan.
Bajrangi Bhaijaan.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
It shows a side of him that people don't normally get to see, which is a more sensitive, emotional side, which you don't get to see in a lot of his movies. You don't get to see that so much, when he's not in movies. So it's nice when people see the softer side of him. What I really appreciate about him is that sometimes he can see I get a bit overwhelmed and I get a bit nervous with everything going on, and he makes a joke and we laugh and everything feels normal again. So I'm really grateful for him to keep doing that and to keep reminding me that this is all. It doesn't matter. You need to be happy and not be stressed and just enjoy your work and enjoy the moment.
Thank you so much, Alizeh. Thank you for talking to us.
It was so great doing this. Thank you so much.